So this is part 2 of the vlog about the ECR and the main switchboard of the vessel. I will remind you that I am on board a bulk carrier of 50,000 deadweight, and I will show you everything that is inside the engine control room. This is the main area, like a second home for the engineers and all the engine crew. So if you are coming on board as part of the engine crew, this will be your second home, so better pay attention. Like I said in part 1 of this vlog, this engine control room is very big because the ship is 50,000 deadweight, and the control room is so big that I did not want to bore you on the first vlog. So I made a part 2 just to show you what is on the other side of the main switchboard, and by that I mean equipment that is also important. Even though the main switchboard is the most important thing, the heart of the vessel, the other equipment that we have here is still important, and we still use it every day. And if there is any maintenance to do, we have to make sure that everything is top notch, everything is in good working condition, because this is our job and we are paid to do everything by the book. So we have 2 computers in engine control room. Don't think that we have video games on these, they are not allowed on board. This is for the software that we use on board, for the running hours of the motors, for maintenance, and of course the manuals. They are in PDF format, but we have them in physical format as well, as you can see above the computer. I prefer to use the physical format. Maybe I am old school and I like to just check the manual by myself when I sit in the control room to cool down a little bit after a hard day of work. But of course you can use the PDF if you prefer. This is the AC unit that we have inside the control room, because the equipment inside the control room must be on lower temperature. We cannot keep them like inside the engine room where there is 50 degrees Celsius. And that is of course the main switchboard, the main generators panel. They are over there. We have 3 generators, and that in the corner, what I am showing you now, is the 220 AC feed panel. Everything that is on board that is working on 220 AC, because this is a Korean ship, is taking the load from that panel over there. And now let me show you a little bit. These are the 440 feed panel number 2, and number 1 440 AC feed panel is on the other side. I will show you in just a little bit. On this side here we have pumps and motors, and this is the controller that I was telling you about in the first vlog, in the part 1 of this vlog, about the main switchboard and about the ECR. These controllers are very easy to replace. The problem is, if you have any troubleshooting to do, you just have to replace it, you cannot repair it. We have a fridge over there, we keep some soft drinks. Alcohol is not allowed on board, so don't even think about bringing alcohol on board the vessel, because the chief engineer will be very angry at you. And in the corner over there by the window I have a spot of my own where I keep my electrical manuals, just to be easier to find whenever I need to find something. I have also a flashlight over there in case there is a blackout and I need to access some light quickly. This is the panel for the controlling of the main engine. That is the monitor that is controlling all the alarms for the main engine. This is the telegraph that you start the main engine with, and that is the emergency phone that is powered by battery. This phone is powered by battery, what I'm showing you now. You just spin that wheel and you put the selector where you want to call it, and you spin the wheel, and that's it. This is working by battery, 24 volts DC. You just select the address and that's it. And the other phone which is near it, that is our main phone that we use to call around the ship, and that is supplied by 220 AC. We have another one, like I show you, that is the emergency one. And there, of course, there is a fire alarm over here. This is a manual call point in case the flame eye or the smoke detectors do not detect the fire by themselves. You just press on that, and inside there is a limit switch, and it will come alarm on the bridge. These are the monitors. This is the ASM system. It's called Alarm Monitoring System. All the alarms on board the vessel are coming on these monitors. Everything, even if something is happening on the bridge, or any fire alarm or anything like that, they will come on these monitors. Both of them, one of them is the main monitor, the other one is the slave monitor, but both of them are doing the same thing. Think about like the other one is a spare. In case one of them is failing, you just use the other one, but it's a good practice to have both of them in good working condition. I have been on ships where they had only one monitor working, but it depends on the owner of the vessel if he wants to pay for a second monitor. It's also good when you are doing a maintenance or you are doing some parallel work on the generators. You follow different technical instruction on those monitors. This is the ACB, and this is the number 2 feed panel for 440 AC. This is number 1 440 AC feed panel. As you can see, we have all these breakers over here, and the name tags, as you can notice by yourself, they have colors. These colors are important whenever you have a trip, and you will know by the color code which equipment will trip first. The color code depends on the importance of the motor or the pump or the equipment in what we are talking about. So it is very important to pay attention at the color code, especially if you are an electrician, and if you are doing any test. For example, if you are testing the CO2 alarm, usually we test this in the port with the port state or any authority that wants to check this. And if you are testing the CO2 alarm, it is very important that you have somebody on standby in the ECR, and he has to reset the pump or the motor that is tripping, because if you do not reset them in about 2-3 seconds, you will have a blackout. That is why usually we only test the CO2 alarm when we really have to, with authorities, or we have to simulate it. Some ships have a simulation in the computer that I showed you earlier, that is behind me, and you can simulate the CO2 alarm without actually tripping any pump or anything like that, because this is a very dangerous process. You can have, because of the trip, you can have something burn inside the panel. You can have some contactor burn or some fuses or whatever. Fuses are easy to replace, but imagine that you have a contactor, a 50 amps contactor that is burnt, and you do not have spare on board. This will be a disaster for the vessel. So always pay attention and always have safety in mind whatever you do on board. So this is an overview of the engine control room of a bulk carrier of 50,000 deadweight, built in Korea in 2010. When I am doing this vlog, it's already 2023, so this ship is already 13 years old, but it is still working. Everything is in good condition, and we have good engineers on board that are doing the maintenance on time. It is very important to do the maintenance on time and do not delay any critical job, because if you delay, it will be more expensive for the company, and it will be more difficult for you to fix the problem. As soon as you get an electrical problem or any technical problem, just fix it so you don't have headaches further away. If you are coming on board as part of the engine crew, like an engineer or an electrician or an engine cadet, you will spend a lot of time inside the ECR where I am now. So I hope this vlog will help you, and just to have an idea what to expect when you are coming in engine room. This will be like your second house for 5, 6, 9 months depending on your contract. So I hope that this was useful for you, and don't forget to hit that like button if you have enjoyed it. Maybe you want to share it to your friends, and maybe you want to subscribe to the channel to see more about the seaman life. I will always post about the seaman life as I see it with my own eyes. Sometimes will be interview with the crew, sometimes will be technical like the vlog that you are seeing right now, and sometimes we have a good time, a party, or we go on a short leave to enjoy ourselves. So don't forget to subscribe to see the videos that I am posting as soon as I post them. It will be an English vlog every 2 weeks, and I hope you will enjoy the rest of them like you have enjoyed this one. As always, thank you very much for your attention, and I hope you will have a wonderful day. Goodbye.